It changed my whole life. It changed the way I think, the way I interact with people, the way I deal with relationships.
Just don't. I can't.
It was Valentine's Day, so people were a little bit more loving and happy than usual, so it was a great morning. When the initial shots went off, it's kind of your first instinct to go towards the window because it's away from the sound. But thankfully our teacher told us to go to the other side of the classroom, kind of parallel to the door, because that's out of sight of the window.
There were many students and not a lot of room. And within seconds, the shooter was blasting the barrel of that AR-15 right through the glass panel that's in the door.
I was about 5 to 7 feet away from the 4 students that were shot. As a survivor, all you really want to do is just get away. Really all you're trying to do is get those feelings to go away. And the split second you pick up your phone and you see that headline, it all just comes rushing back to you. You get shaky, you get numb, you kind of get like blurred vision. The world stops for a second.
We're never going to be 100% safe. There's always going to be somebody that slips through the cracks. There's always going to be somebody that had no prior history. And for that, we need response. At that time, I was a captain at my department. As I got to my car, the call went out for an active shooter at Marjory, Stoneman, Douglas. It was absolute chaos. At one point, we had no radio communications because there was so much traffic on the radio that it just stopped working.
You don't get on there and say, I'm en route, so we didn't know how many were there. You don't get on the radio and say, I'm on scene, because it's tying up radio. None of us were able to do that. I think that's the biggest breakdown right there, is the communication.
It slows everything down, and casualties that could have survived end up not surviving because help didn't get to them. When you see the after-action reports of mass shootings, whether it's Pulse nightclub, Fort Lauderdale Airport, Marjory Stoneman Douglas, Uvalde, the communication issues in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay, you'll see communication failure in every after-action report. Every single one of these problems has a solution out there. We just need to apply it to public safety. That was the goal of Sarah. What we do now is we contain the scene, we go in and we stop the threat. Fire waits outside. When the threat is stopped, then we go in and we start treating and evacuating injuries. We want to do them simultaneous, which crunches that time frame down, and that's what makes us move a lot faster.
This is an application that was designed by law enforcement, for law enforcement and first responders. Everybody has that mentality, it doesn't happen here. But it does. And then what happens when it does? What are you going to tell these families? What are you going to tell the parents of these children that were shot and killed? I'm sorry, it's not enough. Have something in place. It's worth it.